Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you are new. Today we're in the dirt street stocks here at Knoxville. We're in the quickest time in practice. We are car number 1 as well, so we need to do pretty well here to actually get some iRacing and everything out of it, but we'll see what we can do. Track's somewhat fresh, but also has a little bit of slickness to it on entry. It has a couple of lines like going into turn 1 and turn 3, as you can see right there. They're a little high. They're not really like in the line that we're running, so it's okay.
Green, green, green.
I'm just going to try to hook the bottom the best that we can and see what we can do. Because I think you could have a slider line in turn 1 and it would still be pretty fast. That was an awful turn 1, honestly. I got way too sideways. I think a slider line might work in turn 1. 3 and 4 I could really hook the bottom pretty well still. But I'm probably going to try the slider line here on the second lap. Because we don't have too much to lose, I feel like. Ran a 7, that's not terrible. On a fresh track in practice, I got down to like a 21 flat. I was so close to getting into the 20s. It was crazy. But that shows you how big of a difference. Oh, Gavin joined. I think he's just watching the race. That's funny. But we'll see what we could do. We ran an 8:35 on the second lap. Still would have pole with that, honestly. But I think Gavin's just here to watch it. I don't think he's definitely not in it because we're the highest car number, and he definitely would have a higher car number than us. Oh, he's here to watch us and spot us, so very good. Love to see that. But I'm not going to be talking to him or anything during it or anything like that. He's probably in Discord or something, but he's probably just here to watch it and try to learn so he can do good for his race. So far we're on pole. Let's see what happens when we get to the heat races. All right, we're getting rolling here, and I think there's 17 cars in this event as well, so there is going to be a consi. One guy is going to go home, unfortunately. We just have to not make that be us. Gonna do our restarts and stuff in 4th gear like normal, just so we don't have to do the shifting down the straights and slow ourselves down, because that's big down the straightaways. But hopefully we can get a good jump. 8 laps here in the heat races. No cautions in heats or the B main. Only in the feature. I think we got 25 laps in the feature as well, I want to say. Because I think everything's been 25 laps this season in the street stocks at least.
Guys, we've had a great weekend so far. It's a beautiful day for
But
a race. So
see what we could do here. I might throw that like slider line 1 and 2 and go bottom 3 and 4 like every lap, because it seems pretty slick on the bottom to me. So I want to try to keep our car as straight as possible and get as much momentum as we can for the straightaways, just because it's such a big track for these small cars. But we'll see what we can do. 12 cars on our outside, 13 cars behind us. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can do pretty well. I could not hear if that guy was in 3rd gear. He probably was in 4th then. But we pulled off from all of them. Absolutely gone. Just run that slider line. I think it will be the best for us. 3 and 4, it's not very slicked off down here yet. It might be by the time we come to the feature, because they have heat number 2 and then the consi, like we were talking about before. But turn 1's a lot more slick than 3 and 4 to me, so I like the slider line. I'm just more comfortable with it, like keeping the car straight and just being able to stick more throttle in the car and keep it rolling. It is a little slick in 3 and 4. It's not awful though. Got a 1 second lead over Brendan. We'll see if we can get further away or stick that gap. I'm not sure. Definitely pulled away off of turn 2 there a little bit, but he actually caught us slightly on exit, which is interesting. Just trying to see what kind of pace he has right now.
Hey, yo, man, I'm down here. Watch yourself.
People are already angry. And this was a single split race, because I think only 17 people registered for it, so there's people of all different types of iRatings in here. So I could definitely see having some cautions in the feature race. Let's try to hug the bottom in 1 and 2. See what kind of time we can get. It was kind of like a diamond line, I feel like. It wasn't a straight slider. It wasn't straight on the bottom. See if we can hold the bottom 3 and 4. Because we ran an 8 on the last lap. Had a little bit of a diamond in 1 and 2. I'll try it again.
21.
Okay, that was like a 10th slower. Trying to run the bottom down here. But also we could be screwing up 3 and 4 as well for that time to be varied. A 10th. Try not to hit that berm too hard. Slid us up a little bit more than I wanted to. I do think that slider line in 1 and 2 is faster. It just seems like it. Yeah, we ran a 9 again. Try to keep the car straight through that slider line then. See what we could keep getting then for the rest of this heat, because we got 2 laps left coming up to the white flag. I keep hitting that berm going into 3. Good thing we got a 2-second lead. We might be gone from the damn field in this thing. We got the steering ratio to 4-1 to try to help the car react as quick as possible. Gavin was joking, typing to me and saying he's going to change it to 500-1, which that's definitely not an option. Let's not do that and almost wreck ourselves in the last corner. Somebody parked it. And final lap, what was that? A 9:58. So the slider line definitely works better. I need to stop hitting that bottom in 3 and 4. Like I need to stop hitting the berm down there.
Hey, Jerry, you need to be aware of who's on your bottom, bro. I don't know if you can see me or what, but like, try to be aware of it, because I definitely had that bottom going until you slammed me there.
I want to go back and see what he's so angry about.
Just following the other guys around the track, man.
I want to see what he was talking about real quick, because it happened like lap 2 or 3, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. He's really far off of, is this Jerry up here? No. Where is Jerry? That's all I want to know. That's practice laps. Duh, I'm stupid. That was all practice. Second lap here. Oh yeah, what is going on there with the blur? Joshua's on the outside. He ran up into Joshua there, so he just completely wrecked both of them. And Jerry's coming to his inside. Yeah, that's Jerry. What even happened? He got in, he kind of threw a slider, kind of didn't. He wanted to hold his line on the bottom, got real sideways. What was the dude saying about dude on your inside? Like, he's mad. He slid up. Jerry's kind of holding his line, and then his car's all erratic, so yeah, I don't know about that one, bud. But he completely wrecked 2 people in the heat race anyway, so I don't know. That's a whole mess. But let's go on to heat number 2 here. They're already rolling, which is nice. And we'll see if they can have a clean race or not. One guy did not make it, or no, multiple guys didn't make it from our heat. There was 3 guys, the 6, the 4, and the 15. All 3 of them did not make it through to the feature. They're going to be in the consi, along with 7th and 8th in this heat. So it will be an interesting battle for the transfer spot, probably back there. The 2 car is back there, Mike, in 3rd. We'll see if he can move his way on up. We are live right now. Yes, we are. 3 is really waiting on it, and now he's off.
Green.
I'm really interested to know if he's in 3rd gear or 4th gear, though, just because it's a big difference on the restarts. But we'll see if this 2 car can try to move on forward. Being car 2, you would think he's gonna be quick, but you never know. Anything could happen, because the 12 and 13 we're starting 2nd and 3rd in my heat. And the 16 is up in 2nd in theirs. Oh, it's David Hayes. I know him from Gavin's Discord. He's out here running. He's having a good run so far. One of the lower numbers in here. He could have a really good iRating day, potentially. But the 2 cars battling here with the 22. Really tight. Door to door. Nobody's really running the low side in 3 and 4. 3 car, the 3 and the 16 are kind of sliding up and then trying to have like a cut down a little bit. And then they're trying to keep the bottom there in 1 and 2, but David actually able to get that slider, and I feel like that will work out for him, honestly. 3 cars staying really low there. David going really high in 3 and 4. Probably a little too high. 2 and 22 make slight contact. Everybody else is single file back behind them, so transfer spot is like pretty much decided. Oh, David, he's almost in the leader. Almost got into him there with the slider. Right to his left rear. Super, super tight racing. Good job on not spinning him there. 3-car got the apron, though. He got that berm down there. They're on lap 4, coming in the lap 5. We'll see if David has anything for number 3 car. David needs to throw that slider line, but he's not quite. He got to the high side, but he was real sideways when he got onto the throttle, so that's going to lose him a ton of time on the exit there. He wasn't able to keep his car as straight as he needed to. The 3-car is definitely holding it slightly lower than him. He had a good cut down there on the exit, but he might have just been... I feel like he was too much on throttle and just kind of sideways. There's that slider line. That's what I like to see. He needs to go a little higher when he throws that. He's like going too high in 3 and 4 and not going high enough in 1 and 2. So it's kind of hurting him on both ends right now. Because what kind of times are they running? The leader ran a 9. He ran a 22.4, 22.2. I don't know what we were running at the end of my heat. I want to go back and see what kind of times we were running because I'm honestly not sure. But the battle for second is heating up with 2 laps left, and they're still going off on each other. I'm just like, I have them muted right now just because trying to commentate like these guys. It'd just be very distracting. But David having a good run, staying in second. Final lap here. Leader, I think, not slammed the wall, but he scraped it a little bit, I think, going into turn 1 there. But he's having decent runs, be able to stay into second place currently. It's going to be really interesting. I think the slider line in both sides is going to end up being fast. That's going to end up being the thing. Either that or it's going to be slider 1 and 2, because I think the slider 1 and 2 is just good if you run it right. Just because, like, going on entry really high into turn 1 like that, which they're done with the race now. They're on lap 9, yeah. Going really high into turn 1 slows, like, the time difference is crazy. Okay, we stayed under a 22 the entire time. We were at, like, 9s in the back half of that. But there's 5 guys here in the consolation. 1 guy's going home. Not sure who it's going to be. We will see once we pick it up here in the feature. All right, we're about to get rolling here. The number 8 car that was in the concede wasn't even here anymore. He left. So 4 guys raced for 4 spots. It was pointless. Nothing really happened anyways. But besides the track getting more slicked off. But should be an interesting one. See in these pace laps how much it slicked off, like where it slicked off at and stuff. So I'm interested to see that. Because the slider line might be a little difficult going like down here and straight through the slick. That might be a little tough, but if you can stay low enough and then you start coming up here where it's not as slick, then catch this grip up here, then it might not be as bad. Same thing probably in 1 and 2. We'll take a look here when we roll around. But that's probably my thought process right now. Just trying to find the fastest line, just because going in high in turn 1 loses you so much time. So you can go way down here, keep the car kind of straight, and then start sliding up here, and it's a lot thinner through that, and then you can catch that grip on the outside and then keep going. That's gonna be the plan for us until further notice. I don't know if it's gonna get too slicked off and the bottom actually might come back in, honestly. If it does, that would be very interesting. Hopefully we figure that out before anybody else if it does, or maybe we'll be too far out. It's not gonna matter. Get that good jump.
Pace car's off. Be ready.
We are already gone from everybody. Right off the jump. Slid it a little too hard there, but we're fine. Trying to get out of the throttle to not keep it sliding too hard. Start getting back on throttle when we're getting to the grip though, so we get that forward bite at least. And they're battling side by side behind us, so that's good.
23.205.
Trying to go up at the thinnest point in the slickness to avoid the car getting sideways as much. But they might start figuring out my line behind me, or they might just find a fast one. Who knows? We're already a second up, though. So that's a good thing. Yeah, we ran an 8 there. That's kind of funny. That's like a couple tenths faster than they were running in heat number 2 still. Hopefully, well, they just said David. I'm assuming that's the number 16 car we were talking about in heat number 2. Hopefully there wasn't a wreck. Because if this thing could just go green, that'd be awesome. I do not want any cautions to bunch the field back up. Even though restarts are going to be single file anyways, we're going to have an advantage there.
Come on. Give me some room.
But not sure what's going on back there. It sounds like they're hitting, which is not a good sign. I don't like to hear that. And we're still pulling away from the field right now.
Broke my left front or something.
Oh, yikes. That's not a good thing. That sucks for the 5. He did break his left front.
Hey, all right, bro. I'm one more right rear by somebody. It's over.
He's having a rough race, it sounds like. But somebody's bumper was laying there in turn 3. Yeah, we're just throwing this slider line, and we are gone from the field. Absolutely gone. Like, nobody is going to sniff us today, it seems like. Which is a very good thing. I'm very happy about that. Being car number 1, sometimes you just got to do this. I tried running this race like 2 hours ago when like I got home from work, and there was like 5 people registered, so I had to wait 2 hours to run this race, unfortunately. But got a full field pretty much of 17. Had a consi, 1 guy left, so the consi was pointless. But you can't what's the word I'm looking for? You can only go against the people that register. That's all you could do, is just race the people you're against in that race. Sometimes they'll be harder, sometimes they'll be easier, and you just gotta take it as it goes.
22.0.
You just gotta do your best every time and try to improve every race that you can. But we are gone from the field. Like, it's not even funny. We're 3 seconds ahead at this point. Gavin came to spot this to learn, and hopefully I'm teaching him a lot for his race later in the week. So go check out Gavin's channel and see how he did in his street stock race.
22.054.
Because I know he hasn't ran it yet. And right after this race, I'm hopping into the UMPs, probably with Gavin, because I think he's running the next one right after this. And they're back here at Knoxville. So I'm going to be going from the street stocks to unloading the UMP right out the hauler, putting this bad boy in the hauler, and see if we can go back to back.
22.128.
But the experience back to back and being at the track is nice. I don't know if it's really going to help per se, because the UMP is so much different than this car. Like, they handle a ton different, and just like how you drive them is so different as well. These cars are a lot slower. But I'm not really pulling away anymore. I've been just like talking, chilling here, doing my normal slider line, but they're kind of just keeping up pace with us right now behind. And I kind of want to know if like the bottom is faster at this point. Next lap, I'm going to go back down to, I'm going to go straight to the bottom and just see how well we could hold it or anything. David's up to 3rd. Look at him go. Absolutely killing it.
22.181.
See if we could hold it down here, just see the lap times. I'm interested to know, because it has gotten pretty slicked off. I hit the berm a little bit. You got to get like way out of the throttle. I'm trying to keep the car as straight as we can. We're in a 22.181. What did we do this time? It was like a 10th slower, but I did hit the berm, and I felt like we had a bad 3 and 4. That was a bad 1 and 2, just being sideways. See if we can get a better 3 and 4 here.
My water temp is like 270.
270 water temp. Oh no, he hit his front end or something. And let's go to the top, see what the top's got, because I don't think it's gonna be as fast. Yeah, that slider line was like 2/10 faster, a 1/10 and a half at least, if you just run the bottom the entire time.
20 minutes to go.
And then the top up here, I think it's just gonna be too long around the track, so I don't think it's worth it. We'll do one more lap up here, and then I'm gonna go back to my slider line, because I just want to see like what a time will be up top from running up top the lap before, because that first lap up top right there, I was coming off the bottom, so it's gonna be a little faster than the 492, I would imagine. But we'll see. I'm gonna go back to the slider line though, just because that definitely was not faster. But we are pulling away from the guys behind us, experimenting, which is crazy. Oh, it was a 5. Okay. So yeah, not worth. Let's just go back to our slider line and try to go back to running 1s. That's much better. Get this race over faster, hopefully. Try to get to the white flag before there's a caution. But David's starting to put the pressure on Brandon there. He's like a second back, but he also has Ryan right on his tail. Yeah, I got a 3 there. Like, that's just so much faster. That slider line is so much better. It's just superior. I'm interested to see how the UMPs are going to do here now. Because if I could run this slider line in the UMPs, it'll be a lot of fun. UMP should be a great race. UMPs always have been super fun to me. I really enjoy them a lot. especially being able to try to run with Gavin and them as well. I always like racing with Gavin. And we get the caution. There it is, with like 7 laps left.
Everybody else's water temp higher.
So that's quite unfortunate. I think Benjamin has a bunch of front end damage. Oh, this guy's in the wall. Don't start reversing, my guy, please. And I'll bring you guys back for the restart, and hopefully we can get a great jump and just run to the end.
1 to go.
All right, coming around to the green here. Hopefully we can get a good jump here. Everybody's actually pretty spread out behind us. It's weird, but we need to try to get a good jump. Just get out in front, run our slider line. We're pulling away from everybody anyways, so I'm not too worried about that, but I'm just hoping like we didn't tear off our right rear trying to run our slider line and experiment a couple laps. I don't know how that's all gonna go with the right rear wear outs, but here we go. We're getting ready to go. We got like 7 laps left. Go as soon as that pace truck goes, and we already got a good lead. All right, I'm happy about that. I was kind of worried that he was gonna be like right on me going into turn 1. And we're just gonna run that slider line, get that exit speed up top, because the bottom just ain't it. It really isn't.
All right, y'all too. I'll make sure I get that. That's gonna be a report number 4.
Oh, this 9 car trying to report everybody. It seems like it's so funny.
Yeah, you did the same shit to me, dude.
0, 8.
David's trying to put it to them. Come on, David, get up there in the second.
Nah, he said beforehand he was intentionally gonna wreck me, and he did it. So
oh, yikes.
it's shame on him. He told on himself.
Oh,
Not my
yikes.
fault.
All right, we're still pulling away from these guys because they're all battling hard. They're battling hard back there, so we're kind of chilling.
You gotta throw them sliders. What do you want from me?
Sliders are fun.
Slider was clear, and then you come up and hit me in the left front.
Yeah, if a slider's not clear, then that's different. But also, if the guy's throwing a slider and he's going to be tight, you can like check up a little bit and cross him back over. That's when you start having like a really good battle with somebody. But I don't think it's going to be a very high strength of field, honestly. I really don't think this is going to be a super high one at all. It's probably going to be like 1,000 something, maybe low 2,000s at best. But I'm just happy we're able to get away with this one clean from the beginning and just pull away from all these guys, because this slider line is killing it, man.
22.4.
Absolutely love this line. It's so much fun here at Knoxville. I'm hoping the UMPs go the same way and we could be out front, but I know I'm gonna have Gavin to compete with at least, if not some more good guys like we always do out there in the UMPs. But last week running them at Lanier, the UMPs that is, we went from starting 9th all the way up to 2nd because we found the outside lane before anybody else, and we just started flying by everybody. Cut all the way up to Gavin in first, gave him a nice little bump or two, and then he figured out the top was faster by seeing us up there. So we were very close to being able to win that thing, but let's get to this white flag, please. Just finish this thing off. Don't have no caution. And let's not screw up ourselves by hitting the apron like that. But we got a 2-second lead. I'm happy about that. Let's go. We got the W. And I don't know how many wins I have on there. I know I've got a good bit, just because you get some sessions like this where you're just dominant and it's awesome. But very happy about that. We were by far the quickest all day and able to actually get the win out of that, which is nice.
One more lap might have had David. He was getting loose.
David felt like the 4th. Still a great run by him. Thanks, good run. David had a great run. Got up. He finished in 4th. So that's gonna be a hell of an iRacing day for him, being car 16 and getting 4th there. So try to do some burnouts here, and then go park it in victory lane. Try not to smack the wall. And then my tire pressures are gonna be kind of jaded just because the burnouts. Try not to get stuck there. I always like putting it right here at Knoxville. Oh, are we stuck? No, we're good. We're good. Always like putting in victory lane when we get here at Knoxville. But that was a fun race. Very fun race. I think my tires are going to be a little jaded. 70 on the right rear. Don't know if that was more or less from the burnout as well. But let's go back to the beginning of the feature race. See what happened between everybody. David back here with Benjamin. He was the one saying some things. Oh yeah, David just came up on the straightaway, tapped him, Gave him a nice little donut on his car. David was like right in that slick the entire time. That guy was like coming down some. Like, I remember him saying, like, if anybody gives me one more right rear. But David kind of stayed right in the slick. This guy started coming from, like, the grip out here downwards a little bit, right to his right rear. Like, David was sideways because he was in the slick the entire time. So, can't really fault David on that one. He was holding his line. Now, that one's on David. But, honestly, I'm shocked it didn't mess up with the 12 at all. That's crazy how much that didn't affect the 12. Because he clearly right reared him and up the track, but it didn't even move him. Oh, 12 got the wall hard. 4 in the 07 gonna all hit together. Somehow they kept it straight after all that. I'm shocked. 13 going in the corner. 10 car was just really straight into the corner. And that's going to be the only caution of the race. Anybody know what zip code the 1 car is in? Nah, nobody had our number. And the 17 was, I don't know what the 17 was doing. Like, the caution's been out by now, and the guys up top don't know why you're flying. You're like not on the brakes at all. You're just like coasting up there, and you see the guys stopped up there. That was just dumb. But that destroyed the 10 car, which really sucks. I think he would have been all right without the guy running into him while the caution's already out. That was dumb. 4 cars sliding up. Yeah, that was the 4 car just with a bad slider. He was not going to be clear there. He just gassed it up in the slick and got sideways. Ooh, the 2 and David there in the 16 getting tight off the corner. But still a great run by David, being the car number 16. The 4 car getting in the back of him, but that's also the end of the race. I don't know why he was going that fast at that point. This guy's wheels were pointed right on the straight. Ooh, he looks like he's on a controller. Interesting. The way that he moves his wheels, they're like super like full or nothing. And his right front is destroyed from that wreck too. But hey, we get the win. I'm happy about that. Always happy to be car number 1 and get the win out here. And hopefully I taught Gavin a little bit for his race. So go check that out like I was saying earlier. But let's go see what we end up getting out of the results here. All right, results are in. Gain 27 out of that. I'll take it. Almost back up to a 499. Strength field super low like I expected. We led every lap. We also were the only ones with the fastest time in the 21s for the feature race, which is kind of funny. But everybody ran their fast lap like around 5. A couple of them at lap 2, but we were out front. We had nobody to worry about the whole race. David getting a solid 87 out of that. Over 1,000 now. Hopefully he can continue that. He had a good run there for the most part. Able to keep it pretty clean. He got a 2x out of that, but nothing too bad. He's only a C-class driver. Still a lot to learn, but that was a great race by him. Able to stick up with the top 3 guys for the most part, most of the day, it seemed like. So, great run by David. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. Appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully if you guys run that slider line, just do that in practice. And it seems like it pays off very well. So, best of luck out there. Hope you guys do great, and let me know how you guys do if you do some races, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.